talk about my printables. So on my website, I offer some printables of my botanicals on ledger paper, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how to use them and make them more yours in your art. So here is an example of where I used a micron to add some details, and I also added some green to where the leaves were. Whenever I scan something that has yellow, it's not very prominent in the printable. So what I do is add some black to it, add some green to where the green was, and make it pop more, bring it out more. And I still like using these. It's just that they're a base level. Now I'm going to put these to the side, and we'll talk about this here. So here I have a printable. I think on its own, it looks great. I really like it. But when you take a pencil and add some tension, some interest to the botanical, like at the base or at the tips of it, and then like anywhere there's a, I don't know, your eye will kind of tell you where you think there needs to be some tension. You just kind of add those details, and there is a big difference from this to this. Really like it. And it makes it pop more off the page. Sometimes I use it plain, sometimes I use it with pencil marks. And so it's kind of up to you. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to talk about the printables. So these are some printables that I have. This one will be on this website soon, so probably by the time this video is posted, this will be up. But anyways, these printables, I print them 2 to a page because my journals are smaller, and so the artwork is too big. So like here's an example of an original piece. Here's an original piece. Here's my journal. And when I go to add this in my journal, it's just way too big. So a lot of times I scan these, print them off so that I can add them in my journals. So I'll have that piece for whatever, but it needs, like, it's just too big. So I do 2 to a page, and then it also gives me a lot of fodder to use later. So here are some of them. Again, that yellow, it's going to need either pen or pencil to add some detail. I could put this in there before I scan it, but I like being able to do it afterwards. And I like the ability to choose between pencil and pen. So like sometimes I'll do pen and sometimes I will do pencil. But just adding little details also is great practice, and helps this art, this printable art, become yours. Once you add your own little flair to it, you take the base, which is mine, gives you the idea, and then you add these details, and it adds a little bit of your own flair to it. Because I doodle one way, somebody else will add details a different way. You might use different materials. You might use different marks whenever you're doing it. It just depends on what you normally do. And I think it's great that it becomes a little bit of you too, and not just my artwork. Anyways, so as you can see there, it makes this flower pop compared to there. Just adding just little teeny details to this. And so let's see, I'm just kind of sneaking in here a little bit, but anyways, and then I cut these down, and then I have a little drawer full of originals and prints of my botanicals. So when I go to journal, all I have to do is come in here and look through them, and they are in here ready to roll. So I have those ready to go. Anyhow, let's see, let's continue to look through some of these. These are the roses. These are the they're 4 to a page, but like I said, I condensed them down. And here again is that dreaded yellow. I can't figure out whenever I put yellow on a page with everything else with any other color how to get it to not do this whenever I enhance the colors and add some depth to the scan. It always does this. So what I have found, I still like using it. So I continue to use yellow because I like to go in and add some little details, and it helps me like it a little more. And I actually love it when I'm done. And then also with the leaves on here, adding a little pencil details. You could use pencil or you could even use pen. It just depends on what you like. But let me see if I did this one over here with pencil, what would it look like? And I'm using a 2 micron, so not too bold, but just adding some contrast and some interest to the botanical. Now I'm going to just kind of add a little bit of tension here. And then doodle scribbles maybe a little bit here just to fill in the details here. And I keep it really light, not like whenever I add the tension, I'm putting a little more pressure, but whenever I'm adding these other this other line work, I'm doing it very, very light, not going in too strongly. And then, all right, just adding some little doodles in there. And then since I did it on the flower, I'm going to go in and add some details to the leaves and stem here. I'm trying to do this to where a way you can see what I'm doing and also be able to see what I'm doing, and for me to be able to see what I'm doing. So the tip on this micron is kind of sketch, but I still like it, so I'm continuing to use it. It's old. I have new microns, but I love my old ones. The new ones have a lot of ink in them. And once I get used to using these older ones, I'm like, I don't want to open a new one. Okay. So it just depends on the look and that you're wanting. But for me, it's always different. It's never the same. Sometimes I want the ink and sometimes I want the pencil. So you can see this is the ink and here is the pencil. And so they're both just, I think, equally interesting. They add some interest to the drawing, the painting, and you get to add your own little flair to things. Let's see if there's anything else. These ones here that are in my shop, available in my shop. And each printable, you can print these as many times as you want to. If you want to make 2 copies, 2 copies. If you want to make 20, you can make 20. The only thing that I ask is that this is personal use only. Do not resell these. Everybody knows that. But I'm just going to say it. These are for personal use, not for resale. It is proprietary. It's my art. So anyways, there you go. But you can print these as many times as you want to build up your fodder collection. And before you know it, you're going to have bins of little pieces of art that you can work with in your own art. And that is so nice to have a stash. I like to work in batches, so I like having a stash to work from. And so I dig doing that. It's so nice whenever you go to grabbing your artwork in your art bin, you have some subject matter ready to roll. So anyways, these are all available in my shop. The link to the paper that I use that I really love it'll be in this video. It'll also be on my website, whenever you go to download these, there's a link to it there. It's the best paper because it holds up good. I can coffee dye this if I want to. I can add watercolor to it. So let me see if there's one here that I want to add. I did right here, add watercolor to it. And you can see the difference. Let's see, right there. So that was supposed to be green, but didn't come off, but I added it there, and I left some of that yellow behind it, and it just turned out really nice. So here is the finished products. I hope you enjoy this. I will leave you a link to my digital download shop that where you can download these, and I will be making more, and so just sign up for my newsletter and you'll be notified when there will be more. And each one is $2.50, and like I said, you can use it forever, so it makes for a good purchase. If you like this video, subscribe and hit like for more videos. If you would like to know more about me, you can go to lisayoungart.com and subscribe to my newsletter. You can also find me on Teachable for my classes, and Instagram at lisayoungart. I am also on YouTube, but you can find that on my website as well.